Let's get the latest with sports broadcaster and journalist Tozdik Din. Thank you so much for joining us today. Shocking and absolutely tragic news about Diogo Jota. For our audience who do not follow football, who was Diogo and how integral was he to the Liverpool football team?
A shocking day all round, as you say there, Lee. Even fans who are not Liverpool fans but are fans of football will have woken up today with a sense of disbelief. This young, talented player started his career at Pacas Ferreira, Atletico Madrid. The move then came from Porto to Wolves, and then £41 million is what Jurgen Klopp paid Wolves for his services. Clearly a talented individual. In that campaign where he was in the West Midlands, Jota helped the club climb from a mid-championship team into the Premier League. He won promotion with them, and then they were successful in a Europa League campaign where he scored back-to-back hat-tricks. Now, his talent was then picked up elsewhere. He was on the radar of big clubs, but it was at Liverpool that he really shone. He was one of these that Jurgen Klopp said, look, he's a dedicated football person. He looks after himself. He trains hard. He pushes on the front foot. He can go left, right. He can score with his head, as fans of opposing teams can attest to. But what we saw with Jota was a humility. There was a normal person there, as the fan who was in the clip just before mentioned. We don't know these people. We see them play, but we can relate to their situation with regards to how they perceived and how they are perceived and how they portray themselves. And he certainly did, Diogo Jota, look after himself. He had 49 caps for Portugal. They just won the Nations League with the Portuguese side, and his whole future was ahead of him. But what happened, unfortunately, the news from northwest Spain, that he now leaves his young wife, Rota Cardoza, and 3 children without a father. And sadly for him, a career that promised so much at the age of 28 has very tragically come to an end just on the border with his nation, with Portugal in northwest Spain. And we all mourn, all around football, all away from football, are mourning his loss. He was a League Cup winner, an FA Cup winner with Liverpool. He won the Premier League at the season just gone by, and also, as just mentioned, the Nations Cup, which meant a lot to him. He was a patriotic Portuguese national, and someone that I had the pleasure of watching on a few occasions. And he was just fantastic to watch. Great skills. He knew where the goal was, and he was a team player in a side that had Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo. You can name them all, Darwin Luis Diaz. He just shone in a way that his humility took him through, and someone of the likes which he and his brother Andre will be missed.
Yeah, absolutely. As you described there, not just a footballer, but a man, a family man, a 28-year-old family man with his life ahead of him. Fans have been laying tributes outside Anfield Stadium today. How is the city of Liverpool paying tribute to a player who actually just recently celebrated winning the Premier League? And we saw those celebrations in the city.
Yeah, Liverpool are devastated with the actual passing of Diogo Jota, and the club, they have been fantastic. Whenever they do anything on any sense, good or bad, obviously in this case it's very tragic, the club really know how to look after the community there. It's divided into 2, as we know, red of Liverpool and the blue of Everton. But what we saw outside the club, there are areas set aside with buckets provided by the club for the immense amount of flowers that have been put down in commemoration of a very tragic young life and a talented individual. High-profile individuals like the Mayor of Liverpool, Steve Rotherham, has been in attendance, as has the Deputy Labour leader, Angela Rayner, to offer their condolences. And the fans are just saying, look, we just cannot believe it. Anybody involved in football, anyone who's loved football, any level, will just empathise and just sympathise so very much with regards to the story that we see unfolding in front of us. With disbelief, a young widow, the partner, Rota Cardoza, who I mentioned, they've been together for the best part of their lives, and 3 young children. that they had together, and their marriage was only finalized and celebrated 11 days ago, I believe. And the video on social media was released only yesterday. Such happy scenes, and in complete contrast to what we are witnessing today. And, you know, we certainly mourn, as do the club Liverpool. They are class in everything they do. But word must be mentioned to his first Premier League club in England, Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the statement they put out, memories he created will never be forgotten, about sums up everything that he gave. He gave his heart, his soul, and tragically today, he gave his life.
Tozdik Din, sports broadcaster and journalist, thank you so much for bringing us that latest on Diogo, who has died at the age of 28, the Liverpool footballer. Appreciate it.